So, on Thursday, the 10th of December, there was a Disney Investors Day where basically Disney just announced all of their future stuff for like until 2023. So, I thought, hey, I should totally make a video out of this. So, I'm just gonna read out all of the new Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, and Disney stuff that Disney announced, so you don't have to go and watch the whole 4-hour event. You can just listen to me because most people just care about the new stuff. So go get your popcorn and your papa's beard because this is going to be longer than my usual videos, probably. Okay, so let's start with Star Wars. So first we got Rangers of the New Republic and Ahsoka, which are both directed by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, the directors of The Mandalorian. And they said it was going to be like intertwined and will culminate in a climactic story event. So, sounds exciting. Next one is Andor. So this is just a 12 episode spy thriller about Cassian Andor from Rogue One. And this one's coming out in 2022. So I'm assuming it's probably showing like the building of the rebellion, how it all started up because Cassian was a big part of it. So yeah. Next is Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know the name. Something like that. So basically this is about Obi-Wan Kenobi after Revenge of the Sith. We don't know much about it. It didn't even start filming. It'll start filming in March 2021. But we know that Hayden Christensen is coming back to play Darth Vader in this one. So that's exciting. Next is The Bad Batch. I think this happens after Clone Wars and during Revenge of the Sith. Because, yeah, and it's about some sort of like stormtroopers or special commandos or something. And they're going on missions and stuff. Well, seems interesting. Okay, so next is Visions. This is a series of animated short films, 10 episodes, and it's gonna be made by like the best Japanese anime people just to show how Star Wars is kind of looked at in different places around the world and different cultures. So yeah. Next one is Lando, which is Star Wars series about Lando Calrissian. Don't know anything more than that. But we know the director, but don't know much about what's actually happening in it. So yeah. Next is The Acolyte, which is a mystery series that has to do with dark side powers, which takes place in the High Republic era, which is, it's like an era that happened like before even Phantom Menace. So this is the earliest time that will ever be explored. I think it was actually in some books, like Star Wars books. Like there's books about that time, but it's never come to the big screen or the small screen if you're looking at your phone like me. So anyway, yeah. Next is A Droid Story. This is an animated series guided by C-3PO and R2-D2 where they find another hero. Have you ever watched like all the Lego Star Wars stuff? I'm expecting it's going to be similar to that. So it's probably better for kids, like younger ages. I don't know if it's animated or not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is animated, yeah. And next is just a new Star Wars movie by Taika Waititi. Don't know anything more than that. That's all we know. I think they're still in pre-production. So, yeah. And then, finally, there's Rogue Squadron, a movie about pilots in Star Wars. Again, don't know much about it, and it will be released Christmas 2023. Next one is Disney Plus originals and just new live action movies and shows. So the first one is Mighty Ducks Game Changers. This is like a sequel to the first Mighty Ducks. It's about like a kid who gets rejected from this big team, and then his mom's really mad because like isn't games about having fun, so they create their own team. Sounds like a pretty nice one. Next is Turner and Hooch, a buddy comedy that has something to do with a dog. Yeah, I mean, sounds like it could be cool. Next is Big Shot, about a seemingly big coach that coached some pretty good teams, I think, who goes down to the level of coaching girls' high school basketball. So yeah, this next one is interesting. Beauty and the Beast, the prequel series. Interesting. It's a drama, I guess, that has Gaston and LeFou in it. That's pretty much all we know. Okay, so then there's Swiss Family Robinson. Think it's a series or something. Again, we don't know much about this one. So then there's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Yeah. And then there's the Mysterious Benedict Society. I think it might be a series. They didn't say a series or a show. I think it's a series based on a book about a school, I think, that really cares about the truth. I mean, again, we don't know much about this one. Well, there was actually a trailer, so I know a little bit more than the others, but that's what I know. So then there's Hocus Pocus 2, sequel to Hocus Pocus. Yep. Then there's Three Men and a Baby. I think they're just I think it's just a remake. This one already exists. Then there's Safety, a movie that's already on Disney Plus. Has to do with football. And Greek Freak, which is a documentary about the story of basketball player Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's hard to pronounce. And his family, as they lifted themselves out of poverty as undocumented immigrants. Those are the exact words of the person in the live stream. I don't know his name. And then there's a story about Chris Paul, or Chris Paul's story. If you don't know Chris Paul, he's a basketball player. So, yeah, I think that's also documentary. And then there's a fun-looking one. Seems like it'll be a pretty good one. Flora and Ulysses, a movie based off of a book about Flora, a comic book lover, and her comic book sidekick, Ulysses, which is like a squirrel, her squirrel sidekick. And that one will come out February, actually, so pretty soon. So then there's Cheaper by the Dozen. I guess this movie already exists, but they're just like reimagining it, I guess. It's just a remake. And it's about a big multinational 12-person family who has a family business, I guess. So then there's Diary of a Wimpy Kid, an animated version. That sounds fun. There's Jungle Cruise, about adventures in the jungle, I guess, coming out July 2021. And then there's a Lion King prequel movie. Cool. There's a Little Mermaid live action and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, which here in my notes I said sounds fun. Coming out spring 2022, I think. But yeah, seems like a pretty fun movie. So then there's Pinocchio live action, Peter Pan and Wendy, something that has to do with Peter Pan and Wendy, and Disenchanted, sequel to Enchanted, which I don't know much about. I haven't seen it. And then there's Sister Act 3. Yep. And then Cruella, about a younger Cruella de Vil, and it's set in 1970 London. So, yeah. So now for all of the Disney animation stuff. So first we've got Baymax the series, which is basically what happens after the main Big Hero 6 movie about Baymax just helping out people with his medical skills. And it's coming out early 2022. And then there's Zootopia Plus, which is a small series looking at some minor characters from Zootopia like Flash. I don't remember anyone else, but oh yeah, that little mouse character who had the father that that was basically like character from The Godfather. I haven't seen the movie, okay, so I don't know much. I haven't seen The Godfather, I mean, so I don't know much. Oh yeah. Anyways, that's coming out spring 2022. Next is just Tiana. That's the name. And it's a comedy series about Tiana from Princess and the Frog. Just, I guess, her running her restaurant, if she had one. Again, I've seen Princess and the Frog, but it was like a long time ago. Not that long ago, but I don't remember if she actually. Yeah, she has a restaurant, so yeah. And then there's just Moana. I don't know if that's the actual name of the series, but it's a musical series featuring Moana after her main movie and about her wayfinding stuff. And it's coming 2023. And then this show is different. It's called Iwaju, a series set in Nigeria that has something to do with the future because I guess Iwaju means the future. And that is coming out 2022. And now we've got a movie Encanto, which you might have heard of. It's a musical movie about a magical family in South America, and that is coming out fall 2021. Now, let's get to Pixar. So first we've got Burrow, which is Pixar Spark Shorts about a young rabbit who tries to build the home of their dreams. And it's actually coming out along with Soul this Christmas. So in like 12 days. So cool. So like a little less than 2 weeks. Then there's Inside Pixar, which is a show that already exists on Disney Plus. There's 5 episodes so far, but they're just gonna release some more later in the future. So that's cool. And then we've got Pixar Popcorn, which sounds fun. This is little shorts based off of already existing characters, like characters from Cars, The Incredibles, Toy Story, like Soul, which didn't come out yet, but that's cool. Coco, like all of their best characters from their best movies, just in little shorts. Oh yeah, and then there's Doug Days, a spin-off series about Doug and Carl from Up. They said that it's kind of like the director of Forky Asks a Question is directing this one. So I'm assuming it's gonna have a similar vibe to it. And also, there's a new Cars series about lighting. Oh yeah, Dog Days is premiering fall 2021, by the way. And then there's a new Cars series about Lightning and Mater's adventures coming fall 2022. Don't know much about it. Maybe it'll be also something kind of like Forecast a Question, but I don't know. I'm not that excited for it because Cars is my least favorite part of Pixar, but hopefully it'll be okay. And then there's a completely new show. It's Pixar's first like full-length show, I guess, with actual like episodes, not just shorts or something. Yeah. And it's called Win or Lose. It's a new Pixar show about a middle school softball team in the week before their championship game. Every episode actually happens in the same week, but just from the perspective of a different character. So, sounds like it'll be interesting, and that's coming fall 2023. So far, I guess they're having like a little show coming out every year. So, pretty cool. So, now we'll get into movies. We've got 3. So, we have Luca, which is a movie set in Italy about 2 friends having a great fun summer together. And it's probably going to be some sort of conflict that happens later, though, so it might not be fun the whole time. But it'll at least be memorable for them. Anyway, and that's coming June 2021. So, yeah. And then there's a movie called Turning Red. This sounds like an interesting concept. So, it's about a 13-year-old teenager who has to deal with all the teenage life stuff and turns into a red panda whenever she gets excited. That is not a joke. Actually, that's the idea of the movie. I'm actually excited for it, even though it sounds kind of weird. Anyways, and that is coming out spring 2022. And then there's Lightyear, which might sound like a Toy Story movie, which, well, yeah, it kind of is, but it's not like Toy Story 5. It's not even a prequel for Buzz Lightyear. You know that, like, one line in one of the Toy Story movies where they're like, Buzz is based off of a character from a movie? Well, they're making that movie that Buzz Lightyear is based off of, and that is coming out summer 2022. Interesting. And now we got the Marvel stuff, which there is so much, especially in 2021. That's exciting. So first we've got WandaVision, which is a series about Wanda and Vision. There's some sort of weird thing happening with their reality, I guess. That's coming out January 15th, 2021. And then there's Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. That's coming March 25th, 2022. And it said it will connect to WandaVision and the new Spider-Man movie, which is coming in December 2021, which said to have Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, the old Spider-Man, I don't know what's the right way to say it. Anyways, they will be in this, and it'll probably have something to do with the multiverse. So, I think there's going to be a lot of multiverse stuff coming up for Marvel. Okay, and then there's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a series coming March 2021. And it's about basically Falcon and the Winter Soldier continuing Captain America's legacy, I guess. Then there's Black Widow. This movie was supposed to come out this year, but it was delayed. That's coming May 7th, 2021 in theaters. It's about Black Widow's old family, I guess, and it happens after Civil War. So, yeah. Another thing in 2021. So much. Then there's Loki. That's a show about Loki. I think... Remember that like scene in Endgame where he gets the Tesseract and then he just teleports away? I guess it's what happens after that in that reality. Because if you know how time travel works in there, it's just there's like different realities. So I guess in that reality for Loki, I guess that's what happens after. And it's a crime thriller. And it's coming May 2021. Next is an animated show called What If, which is coming summer 2021. I guess it's about different possibilities that could have happened in the MCU. So, yeah, I guess. Then there's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. They just finished production in Australia, which is cool. So it's coming out July 9th, 2021. So, another thing in 2021. So then there's Miss Marvel, something I'm really excited about. A show about a teenage superhero. And that is coming out later next year in 2021. And I'm really excited about it because my favorite superhero in the MCU is Spider-Man. And I like him because he's just young and he's like very lighthearted and stuff. And I feel like Miss Marvel will have the same kind of feel to it. So yeah. So next is Captain Marvel 2, which is... And so Kamala Khan, or Miss Marvel, will be in this one. Because I guess Miss Marvel's idol is Captain Marvel. So she's in this one. So cool. Next is The Eternals. a movie coming out December 5th, 2021 about the Eternals, I think. Yeah. I don't know much about it, but sounds okay. Another thing coming out 2021, so that's cool. Then there's Hawkeye coming later next year, another thing in 2021, and will include Kate Bishop, a character from the comics, I think. So then there's She-Hulk, a series about Jennifer Walters, who is She-Hulk, trying to have a good career even though she's big and green, as they said. Well, they didn't say big and green. They said she was like a 7-foot tall giant or something. And yeah. Next is Moon Knight. They called it an Indiana Jones type series about a character who has dissociative identity disorder, which basically means that they have a bunch of different identities in their head and like different characters, I guess. Said those were different, like important. That's an important part. Well, obviously, and it explores Egyptology, so I guess it's gonna have something to do with Egypt at least. So then there's Secret Invasion. I think this is serious. Nick Fury is in this one. And it has to do with like those Skrull aliens from Captain Marvel, and they said it was gonna be a bigger crossover than Civil War, which is like exciting, I guess. Then there's Ironheart, a series about a genius inventor who has a better suit of armor than Iron Man. The best suit of armor since Iron Man. Mouthful. And both Secret Invasion and Ironheart will tie in directly into a feature film that's coming out. Don't know which one. Just one of them. So yeah. Okay. And then there's Armor Wars, a series about what happens when Tony Stark's tech falls into the wrong hands, and it will star War Machine or Jim Rhodes. I am not that excited for this because this is what happened in Iron Man 3. Like, what's the difference? But we'll see what goes on. Maybe it will be interesting, but I'm not expecting much out of this. Anyways, next is a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Cool, I guess. Will come out on Disney Plus the holiday prior to Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which comes out 2023. So I guess it's coming out the holidays of 2022. Next is I Am Groot, a series of short films that has to do with Groot. Yeah. Okay. Then there's Thor Love and Thunder, a fourth Thor movie, which will start filming in January and is coming May 6th, 2022. And then there is something called Blade. Don't know anything about it. And then there's Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Cool. And Black Panther 2, which they're saying they're not going to recast Chadwick Boseman, who died. And it's coming out July 2022. And then there's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and new Fantastic Four movie. So yeah, Fantastic Four. So yeah, that is all of the stuff they announced. Yeah, I know this video is on the long side, but it's probably better than going and watching the whole 4-hour live stream. So, not going to waste any more of your time. Just like, subscribe, and comment, and share if you want to, and goodbye.